Pulse Pounder number 4. Bucket of blood. Your laughs will turn to shrieks. 4 fiendish, frenzied, fanatical, blood-draining killers on one gigantic screen program. Blood-A-Rama. The movies that will give you nightmares forever. Blood-A-Rama.
Take the girl to my quarters.
Janet's car? Yeah. There's not a trace of it.
Let me loose, do you hear me? You will be soon as big as a giant. Or, like all the others, dead.
Master of Menace keeps his word, returning in a great new thriller. Sax Rohmer's The Brides of Fu Manchu.
I am Fu Manchu.
And this is his international harem of horror. Pawns in a game whose stakes are the highest in the world itself.
They've kidnapped 11 women in 18 months in 10 different countries, PJ.
A far-flung murderous organization trained to stop at nothing.
He's won every round.
But he must not win the last one. Excitement electrifies the screen as an alerted world goes into all-out action. Sax Rohmer's The Brides of Fu Manchu.
Listen to the beat of your heart, Marianne. You hear the beat of fear within you? Fear that will rise to a shattering crescendo of terror. You have strayed into a world of evil, where frightened people are held in the grip of unearthly horror. Beware of pity for the handsome prisoner in the Castle Meister. Beware of love, for in your heart is only the pulsating throb of terror.
Starring Peter Cushing as the Doctor locked in mortal combat with overwhelming evil. Also starring Frida Jackson as Greta, who served the vampires with insane loyalty.
Look! You needn't be afraid, she's dead.
Martita Hunt, the Baroness, victim of her own son. Beautiful Yvonne Monlore, France's latest sex kitten, as Marianne, whose beauty was her passport to the twilight world of the undead. David Peel as the Baron, blindingly handsome. Yet his kiss transformed the most beautiful girls into monsters.
Evil reborn from the grave of Frankenstein, bringing a macabre nightmare to a teenage world of rock and roll emotions. For the first time, a female descendant of the infamous Frankenstein, deadlier, more terrifying than ever before. He needed her kiss to satisfy his desire, but he wanted her soul for the fiendish creation that was to rule the earth in terror.
I'm sure of one thing. You better hurry before the brain cells are damaged completely.
Frankenstein's daughter.
Now everything was ready. Who would be his first victim? Who will feel the cold sting of death?
Kill him! Call her off. Don't make me shoot. Go ahead and shoot. She can't even feel it. Kill him! Back! Get back! Kill him!
For the most suspenseful and gripping moments you have ever spent, see this masterpiece of Scream a Second Terror.
Daughter of Dr. Jekyll, yearning for love and discovering on the eve of her marriage the monstrous inheritance that was her birthright of fear.
Oh, I still shudder when I recall that face, like some perverted mask of evil out of a legend of horror.
Then you saw him, Miss Hyde?
Once, at the very last, just before the mob caught him. They almost tore him to pieces. The villagers broke into this tomb and drove a stake through his heart.
Daughter of Dr. Jekyll, terrified that she become the disfigured thing that was her father, a vampire drawing sustenance from bestiality. Beauty becomes the terrible attraction for a human werewolf, as ancient tales of witchcraft strike incredibly at the human imagination.
a stake and drive it through my heart and bury me beside my father. Well, do it! Do I have to kill myself? If you love me, please kill me! Strength, Jesse James. You will need it.
Your bullets can't hurt me.
Since the time of Babylon, I've walked the earth, challenging the most venturesome of men. I am this sinuous creature, a killer cat, and I'm a woman, seductive, tantalizing, inviting a lover's caress. But to caress me is to play with death. I am the mystery woman of the ages, feline, fascinating. To know me is to know all my loves, all the lives I've lived, the deaths I've caused. I am the essence in woman that no man can resist. I am.
We saw this with our own eyes. An object the like of which we had never seen before. A frightening, strange shape descending with relentless purpose. Where did it come from? And what did it want of us?
Hello! It's an aircraft, all right, but like nothing I've ever seen before. Hello! What do you mean? Hello! It's like something from another planet.
Do not try to follow me. You cannot get help. Around this house, I've drawn an invisible wall through which no one may pass.
Here is a news reporter with a world-shattering story. A girl trying to escape from her past. The scientist trapped in spite of his knowledge. And here also is the barmaid, hiding a murderer's secret. A murderer with a life already forfeit. And introducing the devil girl from Mars herself.
Get back or I'll fire.
You fool.
Get back! Shoot, man, shoot!
Here she comes, the lucky woman who owns a new 1936 deluxe model Stuart Warner refrigerator.
You can own one, too, if you hold the lucky number at this theater. Now she is picking up the 3-decked Save-A-Step with everything in it that she needs in preparing a meal and moving it to her kitchen table. She is showing you how the tilt-a-shelf works. This is the slide-a-tray, the extra dissipating shelf that lets her rearrange everything in her refrigerator in the shortest possible time. Be sure to save your coupons, because the woman who wins this refrigerator will be the luckiest woman in San Francisco.
Join this safari into a green hell of horror in search of a secret fortune in diamonds and gold.
I want that money so bad that every time I close my eyes, I can see it.
Marla English, a woman possessed by a passion for wealth. Tom Conway, a man maddened by his lust for power. Touch Connors, a white hunter entrapped by an adventuress's black heart. Lance Fuller, victimized by desire. Mary Ellen Kay, a blonde captive in the darkness of Voodoo Land.
Not man, not beast, but a combination of the best of each.
Voodoo Woman, an experience in terror that'll tear your nerves to shreds. Secrets torn from the earth as old as the earth, combining voodoo witchery with the most advanced of medical sciences to create before your very eyes Voodoo Woman. Voodoo Woman.
Supposing a more powerful form of royal jelly could be obtained. From the queen wasp, for example.
Socially, the queen wasp is on level with the black widow spider.
Oh, no. There might be danger.
Those are my terms, Mr. Citro. Janice Starling will be your next guinea pig.
A woman of fantastic desires, sponsoring a scientist with fantastic theories, and demanding fantastic results.
How old do I look? Tell me. How old?
23.
The enzymes, they're going crazy. Miss Darling will kill her and tear her body to shreds.
They were the first strangers ever to see this miracle. A doctor eager for riches, his wife desperate to recover her youth and beauty, their guide. To obtain this knowledge, they had crossed 1,000 miles of jungle, menaced by wild beasts, at the mercy of savage hordes. Now the dread secret of rejuvenation was hers, obtained at a frightful price. But her admirers had better beware, for now, she was the Leech Woman.
Get out of here. What? Get out! Go!
Terry, listen! Terry! Terry, what's wrong?
You're cursed! You're doomed!
In this lonely house, a fanatic scientist defies the laws of nature and unleashes a creature that holds a whole village in cold terror.
Can you imagine the excitement when the scientific world learns that a cold-blooded child was born alive? Millions of cold-blooded children are born alive. Serpent children. Dead. My God, look. I can't believe it. The bite of a king cobra.
Some of the victims of the curse were found alive, and they claimed they'd been attacked, not by a poisonous snake, but by a beautiful girl.
Twilight world between witchcraft and science, a young detective meets a beautiful girl. But can he see behind her lovely eyes the snake-cold stare of murder?
Well, hello. All alone? Out here at night? Aren't you nervous?
Nervous?
After all the stories I'd heard in the village, I was afraid everybody in Bellingham locked their doors from the inside at sundown.
I'm not nervous.
What are you doing here?
Waiting for you.
There was a Garden of Eden where the serpent tempted Eve. But suppose the serpent had tempted Adam instead. It happens in Night of the Cobra Woman. Venom in her veins and lust in her eyes. A woman of flesh becomes a venomous viper.
Don't you understand? Only a human lover could restore my human skin.
There is only one antidote for her poison, and few men have enough of it. Plunging her fangs into warm flesh, she sucks the life from the bodies of men.
You made love to another man?
I had to stay human.
She comes to entwine men in her arms. They wanted love. She gave them terror and death.
Watch out! Do you think you could love me?
She loves through a veil of venom, leaving a trail of horror. Only another woman could combat the curse of the Cobra Woman.
I've sucked the years out of your body. It was the only way I could be a human and a woman again.
To love her is to be cursed, twisting and turning her way into men's souls.
As long as I'm alive, you'll feed off my venom and stay young.
But I don't want to change.
Of course, if you want to escape from me, you still can. If you dare.
A slithering, writhing pit of terror in Night of the Cobra Woman.
Don't you want to make love?
She'll bring pleasure or pain with a flick of her tongue. Only Cobra could satisfy her unearthly desires.
Defanging a snake is like castrating a man.
The most terrifying picture you will ever see. Night of the Cobra Woman.
Once a normal, voluptuously beautiful woman, she drove into a nightmare of horror and saw descending from the sky a titanic monster whose fearsome touch became a frightful curse.
You think I'm drunk, don't you? All of you! I'm not drunk! I'm not! You've got to believe me.
Please.
It was right in the middle of the highway, 30 feet tall.
Once she's in the booby hatch, throw the key away. That'll put you in the driver's seat. You'd make a wild driver, Harry. With $50 million.
What she saw was beyond belief until others, too, faced its hideous, uncontrollable menace. Attack of the 50-foot woman, incredibly huge, with incredible desires for love and vengeance.
Listen, but don't stop, for this is Kulnaka country, where legend says no man may pass this way and live, where the devils of darkness guard the ancient secrets of an unknown world of women. Prehistoric women, entombed in a green paradise of evil and witchcraft.
Why did you come?
I can only believe the fates brought me here.
And they brought you to me.
Kari, the Amazon queen who rules her secret kingdom with primeval cruelty. Saria, the fair-haired one, the slave of Kari and all her wicked entourage.
But your men, where are they?
They are no longer men.
David Marchand, the white hunter who trespasses against the boundary of reality and reason to find another world, another time, another kind of woman.
I am queen here. I will not be denied. Tomorrow you will learn what happens to those who try to master me.
And see the men who were the prisoners of Kari, the evil one. You will witness the strange, compelling dance of the slaves. You will watch the ceremony of selection when a young maiden is chosen to be the bride of the devils of darkness. All this you will see and more as the legend of the White Rhino unfolds before your eyes. And you share the frightening world of prehistoric women.
Coming soon to this theater, a ghastly, ghoulish, and totally incredible motion picture. The Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman. This is Wandesa, queen of the vampires and Satan's favorite mistress. werewolves and vampires will reign supreme, and things will happen that have never been seen by human beings. Your blood will boil and your flesh will crawl. No one can escape the vampires, and no one can run from the werewolves. If you can take it, see the most sensational fight to the finish ever filmed. See the werewolf versus the vampire woman.
They're men. Well, that's what we came here for, wasn't it?
Angor, you spoke the truth about these women of Wongo.
This one's mine. He's cute.
Aboard for adventure. This young woman is having the time of her life, seeing the world and serving her country. She picked one of the many exciting, rewarding jobs open to women in the Air Force. Get in step with the smartest women of the year.
Hypnotized into a being from a world that existed before man. The she-creature. She was both entrancing beauty and fearsome beast. Her beauty and love, the prize two men wanted.
No!
Her brutal beast strength, a horrifying reality. The she-creature.
You are about to behold a sight so strange, so horrifying, so utterly monstrous, that I urge those of you who are easily frightened or upset, who suffer from nervous disorders, weak hearts, who experience nightmares, and any children under the age of 16 years to forego witnessing this exhibit. There are only two kinds of freaks, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the story of Jade Cochran, a country girl who knew there had to be something better than waiting tables in a greasy roadside stand.
Give me my check, Jade.
She didn't know what or where it was, but she was going to get it. Even if she had to lie, cheat, beg, or steal for it, she was going to get it. For Jade Cochran. When the carnival came to town and left, Jade left with it. From that day on, something evil hauntingly clouded the trail of the gypsy caravan. Filmed on location on one of America's largest traveling carnivals where it could have happened. It began with an argument between Blackie and Pretty Boy. That ended when a man was maimed.
Oh, so you're going to take that sucker St. John down the line with Maggie Klein, huh?
Blackie's truck was the sordid scene of one midnight tryst too many. One that cost him more than he was willing or able to pay.
No secrets from your husband already, huh?
You'll shudder and panic when you behold lust-inspired human combat, all the more appalling in crimson-stained color. You'll recoil in horror as something barbaric occurs behind the tents and tinsel of a monster midway on the alley of nightmare. You'll gasp in astonishment when you witness nature's human mistake. You'll see it all and more when you see She-Freak and tell no one what you see.
This hand points the way to an experience human eyes have never before seen.
Earlier this evening, I saw what looked like a small meteor drop into the desert not far from here.
You mean it could have been a spaceship?
Robert Clark is the scientist caught between vicious gangsters and the astounding She-Monster. Here is a power that frightens the deer in the forest, terrifies fearless dogs. A woman so intriguing that her face and figure fascinate every man. The woman whose warmth consumes. But the astounding She-Monster is no more to be feared than beasts of our own underworld.
In case you get any more cute ideas, that's a sample of what's going on.
If you're not too afraid, make a date with the woman you'll never forget. A woman impervious to bullets.
He held these beautiful maidens captive in his jungle of death, a power-mad genius who changed them into horrible creatures of another world. Then 3 strangers stumbled upon his green hell. 2 men and a lovely girl who held civilization's last chance to halt this all-devouring evil. Could they stop all this terror? Could they stop this madman who turned these lovely maidens into half-women, half-beast she-demons? For terror that has no equal, for excitement that never lets up, see this explosion of frightening fury that flames into a motion picture experience you will never forget.
It's new.
It's meat.
So easy to eat.
And you can get it right here. What evil science was practiced in this laboratory of nightmares? Who is this irresistible creature who has an insatiable love for the dead? What dread terror stalked the townspeople? The legend of Frankenstein once again brings terror and nightmare to the screen.
Stand!
Joseph Cotton is Baron Frankenstein, the scientist who dared to create a monster. Meet Lady Frankenstein. She's beautiful, she's evil, and she'll do anything for love.
Think of it. Think of me. Think of possessing me. Would you like to have my body bend to you? Would you like to make love to me?
Sarah Bay is Lady Frankenstein, a surgeon's mind and a body filled with bizarre cravings that no human man can satisfy. She creates a new, more terrifying monster.
I am my father's daughter.
You are referring to animal transplants.
Human.
Only the monster she creates can satisfy her strange desires. No man can escape her web of terror. There has never been a movie like Lady Frankenstein.
When technology reaches the perfection of interplanetary commuting, and daring astronauts are venturing beyond to far distant galaxies, scientists will still be searching for the mysteries of the unknown.
We have amazing news for you. It turns out they landed on Phobos.
Who's they?
The astronauts from the other planet. The rescue ship landed here and one of them is alive.
You understand how important it is to keep her well and to bring her back with you safely.
What evil power pulsates the strange ovum the Queen is trying to smuggle to Earth?
We can't let these creatures breed on Earth.
Alan, that's not for us to decide.
Queen of Blood. A tantalizing, mystifying enigma.
She's gorged herself of fresh blood. She's a monster.
We have a good supply of blood plasma with us. We'll use that to feed her.
And if we run out of plasma, Commander?
Teenage Doll is not a pretty picture. It can't be pretty and still be true, packed with shocking realities of what is happening today. In your city, your town, your neighborhood, thousands of young girls are becoming teenage dolls.
After all these years of playing footsie, you finally decided to play ball. Oh, Janet. Always wanted to move uptown, but never had enough guts to do anything about it.
Shut up.
So now she's going to go, but she don't want to admit to her kid sister.
Girls who learn the naked facts of life too young, too soon, and the hard way. Hellcats in tight pants, running in packs, hunting down any girl who dares defy their jungle code.
Just clue me in on what happened. How, when, and why.
You said I could always come to you anytime, Val. Because the whole world is against me. I killed Nan Baker.
All right, we gotta get you out of town. Way out.
Fear-ridden, girls become captives of teenage hoodlums.
To make the whole scene.
Teenage gang debs. They all talk, fight, and love just one way. Dirty. They're as mean and vicious as the cement jungle they live in. Teenage gang debs, the go-go girls who go too far. Kick-happy, thrill-hungry, always reckless, and willing. From backroom binges to back alley rumbles, anything goes, as long as it's violent. They respect no law but the code of the gang and swear their allegiance in blood. Underage, oversexed, girls who won't take no for an answer. Teenage gang debs.
Up in a thing like this with you on parole?
And you on probation? Yeah.
Listen, no matter what you do, I won't ask Neil for anything. I won't lie to him and I won't cheat him any more than I have already.
What do you mean you're going out? Going out for what?
Well, how long do you think you'll be safe hiding out here with me?
So you're taking a powder on me, are you?
Oh, no. Tony, keep away from that window. I was arrested and held as an accessory. You'll read about it in the probation report.
But, Connie, why didn't you get in touch with me?
Well, I was so terribly ashamed I didn't want anyone to know. Take your hands off me. You can't treat me the way you used to.
I can't, eh? We'll see about that. You ever been arrested before?
Go on, Squawk. Tell them all about yourself so everybody will know the jam you're in.
Oh, you're not as tough as you think you are. You're both pretty young to be in a racket like this.
You say you talked about some trouble you girls had had.
I can't tell you that.
You mean you're afraid to tell me for fear it might uncover other criminal activities you girls were engaged in?
Anne Morrissey. What a swell alias you picked for yourself. Shall I tell the girls what your real name is?
You'll never tell anything on me. Don't you engage your wife. Stop this car. Stop it or I'll shoot.
Every 10 years, there comes a picture that everybody talks about. This time it's Monica, the story of a bad girl, starring the sensational young Swedish actress Miss Harriet Anderson in a picture that had to be filmed extra wide for broad screens, extra bold for broad minds. Don't miss Monica, filmed in beautiful Sweden. Complete English version with brilliant music by Les Baxter. Everybody's talking about Monica, the story of a bad girl, a guaranteed Hallmark special roadshow attraction.
Labeled by Time magazine, Sex on the Rocks. She's a man-crazy blonde. He's a detective hunting a murderer. Together they take you from high society to the lowest dives in the female jungle. Kathleen Crowley, a girl hungry for too many things. Lawrence Tierney, in his toughest role since Dillinger. John Carradine, suave, sinister, menacing. And Bert Kaiser, a man victimized by the female jungle.
Fire in your lips, and you can be tender when you want.
You've got a photograph that confirms Mr. Vo's statement, Mr. Olmsted.
What's he doing with my wife? That's what I want to know.
Your time talking to him. Wipe your head out. You quit bullying me.
This man no woman knows, and only a foolish woman challenges. Join the manhunt for a lady killer in the most vicious jungle in the world, the female jungle.
Sell your smiles? Kisses too?
Gypsy wildcat, gypsy temptress, wooing one man with a kiss, another with a dance, a third with courage hard as gypsy steel.
Who is this man? The Iron.
Starring the Queen of Technicolor, Maria Montez, dashing John Hall, and a dynamic new star, Peter Coe, with Nigel Bruce, Leo Carrillo, Gail Sondergaard, Douglas Dumbrille, Kurt Bois, and hundreds more in the reckless story of brave men fighting and dying for the favor of a gypsy wildcat.
Well, what do you want?
Release the gypsies. You fool no one by bringing them here as your scapegoat.
They must stand trial. I'm the law here.
Tonio, my music. Stop it! Michael! Michael!
Stand away, Carla. They'll kill you. Tiny punctures of the external jugular vein, right side.
Any blood?
No, that's the strange part. No evidence of bleeding.
This medallion, composed of horrors unimaginable, taints the secret heart of
Sandra Harrison with the blood of Dracula, and possesses the mad mind of Louise Lewis with dreams of limitless powers.
I can release a destructive power in a human being that would make the split atom seem like a blessing.
A woman overfull with fantasies of terror, stimulating young girls beyond any reasonable control, piercing the earth's crust to make black magic with the blood of Dracula. Transforming a young girl's love into terrifying bloodlust.
Symptoms are identical. 2 incisions of the jugular vein.
Well, is the killer human or animal?
A Dracula.
When I put those clothes on, something happens to me. Something frightening.
From the loneliness and simplicity of an isolated farm to the sophisticated elegance of a country estate, Straitjacket mounts to a crescendo of electrifying suspense. Sinister. Frightening.
Bill! Don't you go in that room!
Joan Crawford in a shattering screen portrayal. A frantic woman pressured by straitjacket tension.
Leave me alone! You let go of me! Listen to me!
Just call me Lucy. I wouldn't like my little girl to think I was trying to take her fellow away from her.
Carol and Michael are going to be married! And nobody's gonna stop it!
Ingeniously designed to shock and startle, Straitjacket may go beyond the limits of your ability to endure suspense.
Mother!
He's gone.
Oh, my God!
The author of the famed novel Psycho, the director of the widely acclaimed thriller Homicidal, the co-star of Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, join forces to create a frightening classic of shock and suspense.
A nightmare of suspense pushes you closer and closer to your shock limit as Joan Crawford finds menace in every shadow, fear in every footstep.
Well, I realize you're the elusive type, Frank. Women have to chase you, so here I am.
Now that you've got me.
It's becoming a nightmare. I keep wondering and thinking, who's next?
Berserk. The picture that pits steel weapons against steel nerves. before you enter the theater. Answer yes or no. Skull-splintering spikes shatter my calm. Saw teeth savagely slashing a girl apart rip my nerves. I get stabbing pains when I see a victim fall on naked bayonets. I get dizzy watching a garroted body swinging. If you can't say no, you see Berserk at your own risk.
Boys, bring your ghoul friend. Gals, line up your boy fiend. Everyone bring plenty of company, because you'll shiver, you'll shudder, you'll cringe in terror when you see our Screaming Mimi show. It's horrific. So heart-stopping, we're almost afraid to let you see it. However, we have seatbelts for cowards. If a vampire asks for blood, just say, "You gay."
The ultimate in evil and desire. Frankenstein, monster and madman. Frankenstein created woman.
Who am I? Who am I?
You see, a shield of indestructible matter. What is it for? What is it for? To give life after death, my friend, that's what it's for. Life after death.
Peter Cushing as Baron Frankenstein, who crosses swords with Satan in his fight for immortality.
He lives. See, hence he's alive.
Susan Denberg as Christina, the deformed creature transformed by Frankenstein to a living beauty. Within her, a dead man's revengeful urge to kill.
Kill him. Kill him. Kill him, Christina.
Foley Walters, the doctor who helps Frankenstein to violate the laws of nature.
Christina, my dear, that man possesses such power, such knowledge, such... Well, sometimes I don't even understand him myself.
The boy Hans is the tool of the Frankenstein experiment. These boys are the Cordelys.
Hans. Come back.
He's come back from the grave. Somebody's brought him back.
You've lost the urge to experiment.
Oh, every time you touch me, I go out of my mind. Let me die. Let me die.
Her brain kept alive by experimental science, by a man whose abnormal passions inspired him to try the impossible.
I brought her back. She'll live and I'll get her another body.
Yes, and what of her soul? How can you make of her an experiment of horror? His mad ambitions and desires threaten every woman possessing an attractive body. Girls whose measurements make them beauty contest participants. Professional figure models such as this. All are prey to his distorted desires.
What's locked behind that door?
Horror. No normal mind can imagine. Something even more terrible than you.
Horror has its ultimate, and I'm that.
Behind that door,
is the sum total of Dr. Corton's mistakes.
He intends to kill somebody. To rob them of their body. We've got to stop him.
Dinah East, the shocking story of a movie star that could be tomorrow's headline. Dinah East, the Hollywood glamour queen and the people who shared her fantastic secret.
Where did you come from?
I came from, what's the song? Out of nowhere?
Have you always thought of me as a man? I mean 100% male in every respect?
What would you do if you found out your father was a pervert?
How did you and Dinah East make love? Did you do it to her, or did she do it to you?
He said, did you know your mother was a man? Come on, buddy, get out of the street.
Where are they taking her? Where are they taking her?
I know our relationship isn't exactly normal.
It makes no difference to me whether you're a man or a woman.
The glitter, the local color, the laughter, and all the lovemaking and intrigue of Hollywood before and behind the camera. Ultraviolet, Andy Davis, Reed Smith, Joe Taylor, Ray Foster, Matt Bennett, and a smashing performance by Jeremy Stockwell. Dinah East, a star you'll never forget and wonder always, is she or isn't she?
There's a sorceress in the hall who professes to have magical powers.
Times 5 1/2.
Every fairy tale begins with once upon a time. Ours begins a little earlier than that.
My day will come, there'll be someone who love me. My day's on its way.
Everyone's heard the story of the sweet young thing who lost her glass slipper. That's not the way it really happened. And that's just a sample of what you are going to see. But remember, Cinderella and the Golden Bra is a fairy tale for adults.
Now, for those who have seen The Exorcist, Carrie, and Ruby, here is new unspeakable horror in Nurse Sherry. From a doomed medical operation to the return of an evil human soul driven to evil in a strange and gruesome story from the other side of life.
You know absolutely nothing about what you're dealing with.
Don't be afraid. Take my hand. Come with me, Sherry, and I'll introduce you to the bliss that lies beyond the borders of hell.
Living, breathing terror chills your flowing blood and shocks your nervous system.
If we were in the 17th century, I'd be inclined to diagnose her symptoms as a classical case of possession.
It's more bizarre, more terrifying than your most frightening fears. Nurse Sherry. Don't miss Nurse Sherry for an evening of pleasure and terror. Nurse Sherry in color, rated R for adults.
Girls for Rent, a story as bold as the headlines flashing across our country today, telling of girls available for any purpose to those who have the rental fee. It all starts with a prison camp bust-out from a hellhole where women are treated like dirt. Everybody's heard about Linda Lovelace, Marilyn Chambers, and Georgina Spelman, the screen's erotic queens. And now you can see Georgina Spelman, star of The Devil and Miss Jones, at a theater near you in Girls for Rent. What you see on the screen in Girls for Rent is actually happening in the United States today. This motion picture smashes open the dirty world of politicians, party girls, massage, and murder. It was too hot to tell before, but now the lid is off. Looking for some action? The organization's gals have got it in Girls for Rent. Hot-blooded, hot-lipped, and hot-rodding down the highways. These girls can handle any man and any set of roaring wheels. Get ready for something new. Girls for Rent. They'll tire you out and tear you apart in a bedroom or in a brawl. They're hot, wild, and for hire. Girls for Rent.
For more than 4 hours of blood-drenched, chill-crammed terror, see the Blood-A-Rama Shock Festival, if you're not afraid of being scared out of your wits. Join Christopher Lee, Greta Tyson, Kent Taylor, and John Ashley as they enter the demon's domain in search of new, hideous horrors. It's all there and in bloodletting, gory color. The legions of evil want to rise from their graves and greet you. Don't be afraid. See the Blood-A-Rama Shock Festival, if you dare. You'll see men turn into maniacs, women turn into witches, and dead beings turn into living, breathing, unholy beasts that kill at the command of a half-mad fiend.
Animator from beyond. Every journey begins in the mind. A flight of imagination. A vision of what might lie across the universe. Or within the deepest regions of the subconscious. Dr. Edward Pretorius is about to embark on such a journey.
It's out of control. You've got to turn it off.
Something's coming.
Humans are such easy prey.
flesh crawl and tingle as creeping creatures slither out of the night to satisfy their unholy cravings. Don't come to see horror of the blood monsters alone. Bring a friend, bring a fiend, bring your nerve. You'll see human beings hideously transformed into the most grotesque creations we ever dare to show you on screen. Gruesome mutations called of vampires.
Warner Brothers present two gripping dramas of science, horror, and suspense. The Human Duplicators and Mutiny in Outer Space. In The Human Duplicators, you'll tremble in horror as this android scientist creates electronic brains and with his monster machine duplicates live human bodies. You'll freeze with fear as you enter the cold world of the living dead, where terror dwells and horror waits for you. In Mutiny in Outer Space, the space-age drama from tomorrow's headlines. The suspense, the drama, the terror of human beings facing a fiendish monster from the moon. Too incredible to believe, too gigantic to control, too mysterious for man to comprehend. See Mutiny in Outer Space and The Human Duplicators in bleeding color.
Once upon a time when the world was filled with wonder, little creatures shared the earth with humans, and magic was a way of life. Once upon a time is now. Harry Jr. is about to be drawn into a world beyond his wildest fantasy, and he'll need a little magic of his own to get out of it alive. Jr. expected to have a little trouble getting adjusted in his new neighborhood. But he never expected anything like this. Troll, where myths and legends come to life.
Look up, look out. Look what happens when three cool big city chicks set the West on fire. Blazing Stewardesses.
Missed you over at the Beehive, stranger. And I extended a personal invitation, too.
So it has to be stiff. Come back. That's it, you see? That's it. And this arm has to be stiff.
Stop screaming!
It's cold. Let's go get her.
When you're all alone, visions of terror run wild. Only tonight, they will be real. Because all the legends of darkness are coming out of the closet. In Dead Time Stories.
Afternoon, boys!
An insanely wicked nightmare, haunted by bizarre creatures carving their way through a maniacal fable, oozing with evil magic, and psycho killers.
You're expecting perhaps Janet Lee?
Loves me. Loves me not.
Oh, you now care!
She loves me!
From the door to your most secret fears, through the terror of a deadly forest, all the way to Grandma's house. Horror is back in style.
I'm gonna make this very painful.
Now, it's time to say your prayers. When darkness comes, it will be too late, because all your nightmares come to life in Dead Time Stories.
They have very bad manners. And they have no respect for privacy. They'll wake up the neighbors.
What the hell's in there?
And they never take no for an answer.
Man, that chick is really a screamer.
Ghoulies, once they show up, you can never get rid of them. R.
Voodoo witchcraft transforms beautiful women into 1,000-year-old mummies.
Joe Corey died, and a psychotic killer was born.
I can't believe it.
It's true. Joe's last days were spent as a hunted mad animal.
See a doctor invent a weird artificial brain component and create an inhuman fiend who commits acts of shocking and brutal horror. It's a frightening and fantastic visit with those who will not die, and they want your company now. He must possess the living to stay alive. You'll see scenes of cruel and unwholesome beings, grotesquely lusting for vengeance as they rip and slash their way out of the grave. The zombies rise from their deathless sleep and stalk the city's dark streets for those lonely souls who will become their next tormented victims. To them, life is a nightmare of fresh corpses and dungeons of terror. Be the dead arise to thirst for the life-giving fluid they must have to keep their rotted bodies alive. The ghastly horror in color, rated.
To have loved and lost, than to have never loved at all. To pay the price at any cost for a moment of pleasure.
Torn out of today's headlines, a shocking, realistic story of the wave of revolution and anarchy sweeping our country today. Sinning, slugging, and drugging their way to hell. Satan's sadists are not a pack of imitation angels. They're modern rebels, warped by the generation gap and turned on to everything by the torrid tempo of the strange age we're living in. Satan's sadists are helling it like it is, baby, and smashing and slashing at anyone in their way. Dig the wild music from Satan's sadists on Pendulum Records. It'll blast your mind.
They live by night. They hide in the dark and rise from the shadows. They can never feel the warmth of living human blood in their veins. Their bodies are cold and dead. Dracula versus Frankenstein. Who serves the dead. A dead man who controls the doctor and a living creature horribly created from the mangled corpses of their victims. Dracula versus Frankenstein. His blood is cold, but his mind is keen. He cannot die, for he is already dead. His name is Dracula. Another lives, but his body belongs to the dead. The two will join forces, but only one will survive. Dracula versus Frankenstein. Oakmoor Cemetery is a cold, lifeless place to visit at night. Unless you're already dead, and your name is Dracula. Together in one film, they meet in a fight of fright. The kings of horror battle to the death. Dracula versus Frankenstein.
The macabre mystery world we never see. The strange, the hideous, the shocking. Like these people who twist and distort the limbs of their children to make them outstanding acrobats or crippled beggars. Macabro. These men disguise themselves as women and work as geishas to earn a living. While in this part of the world, men chase turtles and eat them raw, believing them to be the most powerful of aphrodisiacs. Macabro. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and women do whatever is necessary according to their customs to be beautiful. Macabro. For thrill chasers, there's the dangerous pastime of sidecar racing. Macabro. It's the world of strange desires. Every thrilling danger you can imagine. Macabro.
Frightening, fear-filling, fiendish, and fantastic horror is here. unleashed as the hideous wolf monster is brought to life. From out of the crypts of undead beings comes a maniacal, blood-mad demon seeking new living victims. A new, grotesque killer with new, frightening fiends to shock you speechless. You'll meet the vampire doctor, master of unholy witchcraft, the ghoul woman, a female demon whose kiss means doom, and the fantastic flesh-mad wolf monster. Don't miss Frankenstein's bloody terror. It's a super shock spectacle of hideous horror in Chillerama 70 and gory color. Rated GP.
Screaming demons screeching through the skies. Weird winged wonders. Hideous horned horrors. Fiendish fanged phenomenon out of the shadows onto your throat. The twang
in the country turn into a nightmare of horror. Get ready for a meal you will never forget. Break bread with the living dead. Feel your flesh pull away when they scream for food. See, don't open the window. Whatever's out there will wait. Rated R.
Very unnatural ladies. Your blood will freeze as they lead you down the corridors of terror. Ravishers who tempt men's appetites and feed their own. Vampires. Their lips are moist and very, very red. They'll rivet you with terror. Vampires. They trail the aroma of love, the scent of death.
You arouse me more than any woman I've met.
Kill him. Kill him.
Cross their path and you are a sacrifice to evil.
Who are you? Where the hell do you come from?
Vampires. Very unnatural ladies. They are the dark screams in the blood. The screams you won't be able to hold back when you see Vampires. Adult terror from chemists.
Work at the booby hatch, but it helps. The Booby Hatch is a sexy new movie all about a peculiar X-rated love factory where they make unmentionable toys for adults. The Booby Hatch is a new and exciting experience for married couples. The Booby Hatch is a new and exciting experience for unmarried couples. The Booby Hatch is a comedy.
Maybe he don't like the girls no more. Maybe he like the boys. Men like him in the old country, they wear lipstick and tighter pants. He know my son.
Give me your underthing.
What?
Your underthing.
What on earth? This couldn't be part of the test.
The Booby Hatch is a tender love story.
All you gotta do is let me show you a hot time in the sack.
Who is this?
I never liked the idea of my brother working in a dirty, despicable sex shop. It ain't civilized.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
The Booby Hatch is a crazy, mad, insane, groovy, loony, zany, wild, fantastic, smashing dynamite, hilarious, and uncouth look at how people get together for a little messing around in the old testing lab. Don't miss the Booby Hatch for the looniest, sexiest time.
One at a time. Question them separately.
Good idea. What'd you do with my daughter?
Well, she might be right in front of you.
Half a dozen people found dead around here, just in the past couple of years since I came here to preach. Some look like accidents, some obviously murdered.
It's all right, man. I'm out of here. Take your boy along. Get the road. Watch it, all right. I'm looking on you, black boy.
Which one of you owns this van?
I do.
Okay, take your six-pack, get in the van, get out of town, now.
You heard the man. Come on, let's go. Let's go. We don't need your kind around here.
Don't need you. Hank, move it.
Do your white trash. Let's go.
They should have known better when they came into town. Every sign pointed to what could happen there. Every indication told them to leave now. The wise guys in the bar, the preacher's warning, and the sheriff who made hate a way of life. Go, get out of town. We don't want your kind here. But they stayed. They stayed, and it became too late to leave. Too late as the clock approached midnight. Midnight. Now the book from the co-author of Night of the Living Dead comes to life on the screen. Don't miss John Russo's Midnight.
Take part in the greatest double fright show of them all. Dracula, Prince of Darkness, and The Plague of the Zombies at a theater near you. And we're giving away free Dracula fangs to every boy and zombie eyes to every girl who enters the theater. Boys, fight back, 'cause here comes Dracula back from the dead. Girls, defend yourself against the zombies that stay dead. But come back anyway. Both features brand new in vivid color. Dracula, Prince of Darkness, and The Plague of the Zombies. With Dracula fangs for every fellow, zombie eyes for every girl. Both free as you enter the theater.
Beware the glare of her stare. She's the Queen of Blood. In time yet to come, in galaxies yet unknown, daring astronauts of science find the Queen of Blood.
She's gorged herself of fresh blood. She's a monster.
Starring John Saxon, Basil Rathbone, Judy Meredith, Dennis Hopper, and Florence Marley. She turns the Milky Way into a galaxy of gore. Queen of Blood, in color, and Bloodbath. Beautiful models succumb to an artist at murder. Two horror-happy thrillers, Bloodbath and Queen of Blood.
Eaters are out there. They are coming, hunting, searching out fresh prey. Without feeling, without mercy, they track their victims down. Nothing will prepare you for the horror of these butchers of the damned. Nothing will protect you from the terror of the Blood Eaters. See Blood Eaters, rated R.
When the show is over, please remember to place the speaker back on its stand. If the speaker is accidentally broken, please let someone at the refreshment stand know about it. We appreciate your coming out to the drive-in.
The distant stars, the lonely earth, the 21st century, and lurking beyond the strange immensity of conquered space, exploding in unspeakable horror, the Green Slide. The civilized world at war with alien forms whose touch means instant, horrible death. Robert Horton, Luciana Paluzzi, Richard Jekyll. A battle in space against faceless beings. A cosmic nightmare that sends you into the incredible, berserk world of... a green slime!
What did they want with a man in the House of Psychotic Women? What do they do to a man in the House of Psychotic Women? What else?
Stop it! Stop it!
House of Psychotic Women from Independent International. Rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent.
Shanghai. We're being sold as slaves. 100 years of progress, and I'm back where my grandmother was.
I bet we made the cover of Newsweek.
I bet we make the cover of Jet.
You're better off dead when they start blasting lead. Ebony, ivory, and jade. Killing is their trade. With fist, foot, and blade, they can lick any man ever made.
I'm ready for my close-up, Cecil B. DeMille.
Ebony. 3 foxy mamas who got what it takes and know how to use it. 3 masters with 1,000 ways to kill. Jump back, Jack, or your skull is cracked. Ebony. Ivory. Skin of bronze. Muscles of iron. Fists of steel. The ultimate gladiators in the final arena. Ebony. Ivory. In jade. Angels of vengeance on a massacre marathon. Lusting, busting babes. Ripe with the fruits of desire.
Alice! Hi!
In slaughter or seduction, she scores. Ebony, ivory, and jade, they turn them loose. These sisters got soul they can't control. Back to back, they face death. When their blood gets hot, you're on the spot. Skirting disaster, flirting with fate, dancing with death. 3 spitting kittens on a roaring rampage of revenge, whipped into a blazing frenzy of violence, a raging ride through hell. From Olympic contenders to bloody defenders, from the first burst to the last blast. 38 caliber kittens spitting death as they claw their way to freedom. Warm hands, cold triggers, blazing death. They're women, they're warm, they're wildcats. Ebony, ivory, in jade. Rapid fire frenzy erupting in a 45 caliber climax. Flashing fists of fury strike like vipers of vengeance. You have it a prayer when she leaps through the air. Ebony, ivory, in jade, can lick any man ever made. Dr. Black.
Hiya, Doc. No, you can't try that serum on a human.
A monster he could not control had taken over his very soul. A screaming demon rages inside, turning him into Mr. Hyde.
This is no nightmare, Doctor. You're real.
Super strong, supernatural, and super bad.
That's a cross between the abominable snowman and Willie the werewolf.
Indestructible. Nothing can stop him. Not bombs, bullets, or bulldozers. No man alive could take that dive. But he's on his feet when he hits the street. Dr. Black and Mr. Hyde. His victim thinks she's tricked him, but she hasn't a prayer when he leaps through the air. Shot full of lead and he still ain't dead.
In a moment, you look like me.
Dr. Black and Mr. Hyde. Don't give him no sass or he'll kick your ass. Jump back, Jack, for your skull is cracked. The barflies are trying, but their bodies keep flying. The dude stood tall till his butt hit the wall. When the boys go rushing, Mr. Hyde starts crushing. The crowd is hushing as the blood comes gushing.
Just stand there like a bunch of dumbasses. Get him!
There's a heel behind the wheel when Hyde takes his ride. No man can survive when he shifts into drive. It ain't no jive trying to stay alive. Silky won't revive from his final nosedive.
Brother man, this situation is rapidly becoming insalubrious, meaning we're about to stomp a mud hole in your ass.
From the first verse to the last blast, it's Dr. Black and Mr. Hyde, starring Bernie Casey, Rosalind Cash, Stu Gillum, directed by William Blackula Crane. Dr. Black and Mr. Hyde.
Damn, look like my women is on time. Baby, I could sure warm you up.
No shit, baby.
I can dig it. Dolomite is my name, and f***ing up motherfuckers is my game. Breathing down your neck. Dance! Dance! Girl, this motherfucker's got rhythm, haven't I've got an all-girl army that knows what to do. They're fox as hell and practice kung fu. I put my finger in the ground and turn the whole world around.
You know, you're still the best man that I know in bed.
I'm waiting for Dolomite.
For who? Dolomite. And tell him I want him out of here in 24 hours. And 23 of them are already gone. God damn, Mama, this sure is a spooky joint. Yes, I'm Dolomite. I'm the one that killed Monday and whooped Tuesday and put Wednesday in the hospital. Called up Thursday to tell Friday not to bury Saturday on Sunday. I'm the one that had the elephants roosting in trees and all the ants wearing BVDs. From the first to the last, I give them the blast so fast that their life is past before their ass has even hit the grass. See me, uptown, downtown, crowned and renowned. Delayed, relayed, mislaid, and parlayed. Hatch, match, snatched, and scratched. Whack, jack, smack, crack, boot black, blackjack, racetrack, and flapjack, and still coming back. If you crave satisfaction, this is the place to find that action. Coming to this theater as this next attraction is the picture that will put you in traction. Dolomite, starring me, Rudy Ray Moore as Dolomite, and that bad D'Urville Martin as Willie Green. Dolomite, Dolomite. As snakes and twice as bad. But for the price of admission, I can be had. If you crave satisfaction, this is the place to find that action. Coming to this theater as its next attraction is the picture that will put you in faction. The human tornado.
He made me do it!
Bitch, are you for real? That motherfucker caught me in the bed with his wife. Now he want to try to take my life. Both step on it and step on it quick. Burn some rubber, because we're going to deal with that trick. Drive, nigga, drive! Drive, nigga, drive! He think he's bad and ain't got no class. I'm going to wrap this shotgun up his motherfucking ass. Yes, I'm the human tornado. I used an earthquake to mix my milkshake. I eat an avalanche when I want ice cream. I punched a hurricane and made it a breeze. I swallowed an iceberg and didn't freeze. I chained down thunder and handcuffed lightning. I'm so damn strong, it's sometimes frightening. I grabbed a star traveling 1,000,000 miles a minute and slowed it down to the state speed limit. I may not be sleek, but women shriek when they see my physique. I got a dong as big as King Kong. The human tornado! one torn. Let's meet and greet the Disco Godfather! He's the God of the disco. All right. Put your weight on it. Put your weight on it. All right, everybody out there, you got your mind on the wonder and your ass on the loose. Come on, get funky in here. Shoot the deuce to the goose. From the north to the south, from coast to coast. Godfather here's gonna give you most. All right. Put your weight on it. I'm the Godfather and my name is Tucker. Everybody knows that I'm a bad mother. Come on and
dance. They hit me. I want them alive.
Disco Godfather.
Got to get rid of everything. I'm a restricted businessman in this community.
Talk! Who sent you? In the taste. I'm rough and tough and don't take no stuff. Yes, this is the Godfather talking to you. I want you to put a little slide in your glide, and some soul in your soul, and some zip in your hip, some strut in your gut. Sit down, this is the place to be. If you need a little loving, you can call on me. We're flying high on a disco trip. All across the big USA. If you crave satisfaction, this is a place to find that action. Coming to this theater as its next attraction is a picture that will put you in traction. Disco Godfather, starring me, Rudy Ray Moore. Disco Godfather.
She's beautiful, in chains. And she's busting out, shackled to the steamy cane fields of a tropical inferno, with a whirlpool of women that plunges you into the depths of desire. They're women, they're warm, they're wildcats. Meet the doctor who satisfied his vile gluttony on the bodies of the innocent.
It's only because you don't understand how far my proposal extends.
Oh, I can see how far it extends.
Meet Mojo.
Hey, black gal! You gonna get Mojo some of your stuff?
I don't mess around with bush bunnies.
Hung up, strung out. Cain wasn't all she raised. The searing sting of the whip burned a brand of hate into her heart. Their world of plantation, their battleground,
a tropical inferno. She can cut any man down to size.
Listen to me. We can take this place. Let's go.
Warm hands, cold trigger, blazing death. An epidemic of machine gun madness. 38 caliber kittens spitting death as they claw their way to freedom. Nothing can hold her. Not chains, not bars or men. Sweet sugar. 40 miles off the California coast lies San Bruno Maximum Security Prison. Every inhabitant is a murderer, declared legally dead, exiled for eternity. There are no guards, no walls, only survival. They emptied death row to fill Terminal Island, where we dump our human garbage.
If I tell you to kiss my ass, I want you on your knees before I finish talking.
Welcome to Terminal Island, baby.
The strong enslave the weak. The hours hang as heavy as their chains.
We're the property of every man on this island.
You have to screw every man here.
You will too.
I'm breaking out of here. I'm going after Monk. I'm gonna wipe out that big nigger faggot. I'm gonna smash his balls till they turn to jello.
Death duel of the Black Titans. Lusting, busting babes, ripe with the fruits of desire. The thin veneer of civilization is stripped away, revealing the savage beneath. Unleashed, unchecked, uncontrollable, an army of automatic executioners triggering a maelstrom of mass murder.
I don't need you. I don't need anybody.
The Suicide Squad versus a kill-crazy colony of criminals. Molten madness erupting in a vicious vortex of violence. Every man a devil-driven death machine in a human demolition derby. The damned versus the doomed on Devil's Island, USA. Terminal Island, the most exciting motion picture of the decade.